doesn't matter about who you are, doesn't matter about who your family is, how much money they have, doesn't matter about the skin or where you come from. You deserve respect. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy SAG, aka SAG. Today I'm bringing you another SAG Second. Again, not sure if this is going to be an ongoing thing or not. Let me actually close the computer for a second and take a second to talk to you guys. As you guys know or saw, we talked about stressors in the last version of this video, and today we're going to talk about respect. Again, I know what you're saying, Papa SAG, Professor SAG, whatever you want to go about it. A lot of the students and a lot of the some of the audience members here, but a bunch of my students are students who are coming of age. They are young teenagers going into young adults. They're transitioning from middle school to high school. I deal with 8th graders, so I try to treat them with as much respect as they deserve, and I try to also treat them with some maturity. Some of them who understand it and some of them who don't. One of the biggest things that I've been seeing in the transition of things, and maybe it's just a generational kind of problem, but one of the things that I've been seeing is the transition of respect. And when I was growing up, my father instilled in me that you have to give respect to get respect, to always be respectful of your elders, to always treat others how you want to be treated. Nowadays, what I'm seeing is students who are people in general who say, well, if they don't give me respect, I'm not going to give them respect. And the whole transition of, well, they gotta treat me a certain way before I treat them the same way. Fortunately, that's what some of us deal with. That's how some of us were raised. To kind of give you a clue of things, look at the world around us today. Look at all the horrible deaths that are going about. Look at all the division between, class citizens, between color, the ethnicity, color of skins. There's no reason to have that. We used to have that way back in the day, and understandably so. By the color of my skin, I might not fully understand the problems with things, but at the same time, you have to understand where I'm coming from. We weren't a family that had been privileged. My family has gone back a long, long time ago, and we were sharecroppers. Now, sharecroppers weren't in the same boat as, slaves by any means, but at the same sense of the matter is, my family from a very long time instilled in me that no matter what, no matter who it is, you treat them with respect. That should be something that everybody understands. I understand and I respect that other people go through things that I will never go through, and I could probably never understand as far as truly how that feels. But at the same time, I can understand empathy towards that person. And again, this should go without saying, but I need to say it. It doesn't matter about who you are, doesn't matter about who your family is, how much money they have, doesn't matter about the skin or where you come from. You deserve respect, and everybody deserves to be treated with as much respect as you can give them. I am someone who believes that wholeheartedly, but I'm also someone who doesn't always live up to the expectations given to me. People make mistakes. That's what makes us human, but it's how we react that makes us the kind of people that we are. For instance, a couple weeks ago, I said something a little snarky to my father-in-law, who took it not how I meant it. Yeah, it was rude, but at the same time, it wasn't meant to be rude. It was meant in a joking manner. I didn't catch on until afterwards that my wife said something, and I came up, I was upset with myself, because the fact is that, no matter what, they've always been there for us, and, I'm literally living in their house, so how could I ever be rude to those people who take me in and help us? So what really upset me, number one, is to let them down, and number two is I hate letting others down. So what I had to do is I had to swallow a tough pill. I had to take my pride, my ego, and all that and put it aside, because when they got back, I wanted to ensure that he knew that he meant the world to us, to me especially. It's not easy for me to apologize for anybody. Again, not trying to get too emotional. It's over and done with, and he understands where I was coming from, and he understands that I didn't understand truly that I upset him. So I had a couple of students who maybe not treat me the same way because I'm a male and I'm a little bit more intimidating than a older woman who's a lot smaller than me, but some male students who were treating my coworker, my neighbor, my coworker who's next door, treating her with disrespect. And where I come from, you don't ever do that to teachers, especially you don't ever disrespect women. I told her that, if you ever come into anything like that, if you ever come to a problem with that ever again, you come get me right away. I don't let that stuff go. Whether it abides by the school's policy or not, I'm going to say something to those students, because those students need to understand you can't let that go, because it continues to go on. If you let it go once, it thinks it's okay. Some people don't like me. Some students don't like me because I'm a rule follower. I enforce the rules that the school gives us. And others get along with me because they understand that, yeah, I'm goofy. Yeah, I kid around, but at the same time, I have their best interests at heart. Take a look at yourselves. Take a look at the life around you. And again, remember that we're on this world for a short amount of time, relatively speaking. Some of us shorter than others. Make what's best for you in this time count. Let's not treat others how we wouldn't want to be treated. Life's too short to be worrying about making others miserable. We should all be lifting each other up. And although I don't always follow the rules, I try to. I try to put my best foot forward, and I try to make myself better every day. Hopefully, I can connect with you guys while speaking. I'm not going to take too much of your time. If you are someone who deals with anger issues, if you're someone who deals with some problems that might lead you to be disrespectful, take a look and reflect. Is that person that you're being respectful to, or is that person you're being disrespectful to, are they the reason that you're upset? Is that person that you're being disrespectful to the person trying to help you? If that's the case, you need to take a step back and let that person help as much as they can. Even if they're the person that upset you, you need to be able to let it go. Sometimes harder than others. We all need to try to help each other out in the world that we're living in today. We need to show the people coming up, the young kids coming up, especially us older folks. We need to show them that we can treat each other with respect. It doesn't matter how they look or what they look like. I have students in my class who speak zero English. I can't fault them for not being able to speak English. They're from a foreign country where they spoke Spanish or other languages. The best thing I could do, and what I thought of on Friday when I first met the students, I just smiled when the student said that he didn't speak any English while I was talking to him. I said, okay. And the wheels in my head started turning. The cogs started working. And I figured to myself, how can I reach out to that family? How can I reach out to that student and help them? Even though I speak some Spanish, I don't speak it fluently enough to be able to have a conversation with this kid confidently enough to help him. So what I did was later that day, I met with a couple of the teachers or a couple of the support staff that speak Spanish and give that ELL help, which is English as a learning language. I reached out to them, asked what I could do, asked if there's certain things that I could do, and I had just a conversation trying to come together with a plan to help these students. So if I can do that, and I just met this kid for the first time, we all can think about who we impact. And again, it doesn't matter what language you speak, what you look like, what ethnicity you are, your social aspects, your social class. That doesn't matter when you look at the long terms. So be a good person, continue to grow, continue to help others grow. That's it for this SAG Second. I appreciate you guys coming out. I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.